Is the biggest step you've taken for someone you love? I learned my boyfriend's native language in secret. The last time I visited my boyfriend's home country, I noticed that a lot of his friends and family had trouble switching to English around me. Even his sister was too self-conscious to try out her English with me. I also felt like I was missing out on so much culture and humor. I love my boyfriend and want to be an authentic part of his world. So, I started learning his native language on Duolingo. Before I knew it, I had a streak of over 150 days, and was nearly finished with the course. I had been practicing for over an hour a day by watching TV shows and movies and listening to podcasts in the language. I wrote down helpful phrases and just started practicing them over and over again. Luckily, the language wasn't too different from English. I thought I was getting conversationally fluent, and it made me so happy. We had been planning to visit his home country again in May, and I couldn't wait to surprise him and his family by showing off my new secret power. Fast forward to a week ago, my boyfriend and I were walking around Copenhagen and we came to a park. I was originally planning on surprising him with my secret by engaging in a Danish conversation with his family, but since it would be a few more days until we saw them, I just couldn't wait. It was nearly sunset, and the park was warm and beautiful. We were sitting down in the grass, just people watching when a young man's soccer ball rolled up to us. I threw the ball back, and the young man replied with a thank you in Danish. I told him it was no problem at all, but I guess since my Danish still needed some work since he could tell I was a tourist. He asked if we were visiting, and I proceeded to have a conversation with him entirely in Danish. When the encounter was over, I turned around to my boyfriend, bug-eyed. He just looked at me as if to say, "What the heck?" I told him that I had been keeping a secret from him for a while. I told him that I had been learning Danish for him over the past few months because I loved him and wanted to be an authentic part of his life. I was so nervous and relieved to say it. His eyes widened even more, and he just hugged me for a very long time, smiling, and told me how happy he was. He said he had suspected that I was doing something like this because a bunch of Danish songs had started appearing on our shared Spotify playlist. I had been listening to them to learn the lyrics. He said he would love to help me with the language. For the rest of the day, we just talked and then had an amazing dinner. It felt like a huge weight had been lifted off my chest. Fast forward a week, and I've been hanging out with his family and friends. They have all expressed their surprise at how good I am at Danish, considering I've only been learning it for 6 months. I can listen and have full conversations with people. It's like a dream come true. I've even made a few jokes. I may be a little slow at speaking, and I make some mistakes, but I'm so glad that my hard work has paid off. Yesterday, we were at a bar, and I was speaking with many of my boyfriend's childhood friends, having simple conversations about books, football, and jobs. Several of them later approached my boyfriend and told him how impressed they were, both with my Danish and with me as a person. Call me selfish, but it just made me so happy to hear that. It's so nice to see how my work has paid off. I think that communicating with people in their native language allows you to see their most authentic selves. I feel like I've gotten to know them much better than if we had only spoken English. Last night, my boyfriend reiterated how much he loves me and how impressed and overjoyed he is that I've done this. He says it opened so many doors for me, in terms of work and living opportunities here, and also how much he, his friends, and his family appreciate it. Of course, I have lots more to learn, but I think my trip so far has been nothing but a huge success. We've shared so many awesome moments together. I love my boyfriend and his country, and I can't wait to become even more fluent.